What is good, YouTube? We got the newly released MSCHF big black boot, and I just want to give a big thank you to Project Kaiju for copying these and allowing me to make a video on these. You guys can see behind me we also have the iconic big red boot as well as the MSCHF and Crocs collaboration, the big yellow boot. I recently just made a video comparing those two boots, so make sure you guys go check that out. But for this video, we're going to be checking out the big black boots. Alright guys, so essentially it's the exact same thing as the big red boots, it's just a different colorway. Now let's get to opening this guy up. Alright guys, so like I said, it's essentially the exact same thing as the big red boot, just in a black colorway. So here you guys can see we have MSCHF's big red boot, and you guys can see I've actually already worn them on the bottom. Now these boots are actually pretty comfortable. The only thing that I don't like about them is that there's no room for your legs or feet to breathe. One thing I really love about the Crocs and MSCHF collaboration boot is, unlike the big red boot and the big black boot, there's air for your feet to breathe. Like there's all these little like holes, just like how a Croc would. And in my opinion, as far as comfort, I'm gonna have to give it to the big yellow boot. And if you guys own Crocs, I'm sure that you guys know that after you kind of break it in, it's extremely comfortable. Now I haven't walked around these enough for me to break them in, but I have worn them in a couple posts, and man, they're extremely comfortable. So as far as comfort, I'm gonna have to give it to the big yellow boot. These big black boots are not as iconic as the big red boots, but I feel these are gonna be so much easier to style. Like you can make so many more fits with these ones. You know, I really love the colorways that MSCHF went with their boots. Their first boot was the most iconic, which was the big red boot, in which I feel is kind of like the staple. And then they decided to have a collaboration, and that's with Crocs, and they made a big yellow boot, which are two pretty loud colors, and then they decided to make a big black boot, which kind of toned it all down. So I almost feel like they made that triangle of hitting every point. I mean, you have your loud boot, you have your iconic boot, and then you have your subtle boot. Like, they kind of touched all points. Alright you guys, that is gonna wrap up the unboxing for today's video. You guys can see that it's the exact same thing, just in black. And like I said, I feel like these are going to be so much easier to style. But overall, I really love MSCHF's boots. They're comfy, they're stylish, and almost everyone looks at you while you're wearing them. Like I said earlier in the video, I've made a couple posts and I've put a couple outfits together with the big yellow boot and the big red boot. So make sure you guys go to my Instagram @Kaiju and check those posts out. I'm cooking up an outfit for these big black boots that just came out, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. With that being said, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button to join the family. Like the video if you enjoyed. Make sure you guys follow me on all my other socials, linked in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.